A Catawba County family is without a home tonight after a fire. Take a look here. These images of the scene and the aftermath. Officials say it was sparked by a lithium-ion battery inside a scooter.
I just told them, I said, we got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here now.
Thanks for sticking with us here at 7:30. We have told you about these types of fires before. Just earlier this year, in fact, 3 fires happened within the span of 8 hours in Mecklenburg County. Officials say all of them sparked by the improper disposal of those lithium-ion batteries. And you can see in the video here from the waste facility, these are all items that carry those batteries. Some of them caught fire, even exploded. It's a common problem. In fact, data from the Environmental Protection Agency shows there have been 245 fires within 64 waste facilities in the past 7 years, all caused by lithium-ion batteries. It's cases like these that have prompted warnings from fire officials in Gastonia County. This month, firefighters there responded to a house fire call. It was triggered by a lithium-ion battery not actively charging.
It was just in the home and it was actively smoking. It had a foul smell. The occupants saw it and then they called 911, thinking that their home was on fire. And if most likely, if it would have been left, it would have been on fire.
So a close call there. Fire Marshal Chris Stowe with the Gastonia Fire Department says these lithium-ion batteries are in just about everything we have.
They're in battery-powered weed eaters. They're in battery-powered blowers. They have lawnmowers now with up to 12 and 15 batteries. Some of the smaller items are drills. They're body and hair shavers. There's all kinds of devices with these lithium-ion batteries in it.
Explosions and fires sparked by lithium-ion batteries can happen quickly. That's especially true in these temperatures. If it's hot outside and the device is left outside, there is a chance that the battery could melt or go into a phenomenon firefighters call thermal runaway. That happens when batteries are damaged, when they're overheated, or when they short circuit. And Fire Marshal Stowe says that can easily happen with lithium-ion batteries. Now, in the case of that house fire in Catawba County, there may have been flammable or combustible items around the battery that caught fire, leading things there to spread much quicker. Stowe says those kinds of fires are also more difficult to put out because they require a lot of water. And these batteries aren't just found in household items, they're also in some cars. Video here from California shows firefighters in Sacramento responding to electric vehicle fires caused by those same kinds of batteries. Firefighters there say these are even more challenging to extinguish.
We can't apply water necessarily directly to the batteries to stop them from burning. A lot of that flame and heat is contained within a very tight package that's watertight. You might need several thousands, if not tens of thousands of gallons of water. You may not have that if you're isolated to a freeway where there's no hydrants.
Now, the Gastonia Fire Department has a few tips here for keeping yourself safe from house fires like the ones we just told you about. They say, first of all, you want to use the correct batteries for your device. You want to insert those batteries the correct way. Make sure you unplug your device once it's charged to avoid overheating. And where you charge your device, that also matters.
Avoid charging your device on flammable materials such as a bed, a couch, or on any kind of paper. The situation there is if it becomes hot, maybe thermal runaway, maybe it starts to melt, or it catches on fire and explodes. It has plenty of combustibles there that will grow the fire.
He adds, try not to keep your devices near heat sources or in high temperatures like direct sunlight. But none of this means you need to avoid buying devices with lithium batteries altogether.
These are great batteries. They do a lot of good. They charge easily. They run for a long time. But with that good comes a safety aspect, and we all have to respect these batteries and use these safety tips.
Now, so many cases lately, we wanted to share that information with you. Turning back to our